Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Finally, another should you bake it video. April 1st. I was thinking about an April 1st intro, but you know what, guys? What are you gonna do? I don't know. Not one. That's what. Anyways, so today, hang in there with me, people, because it's going to be a long one. Yes. But when it comes to baking, I like to challenge myself. And this is probably going to be one of my biggest challenges besides making a French macaron. Yes, people, I accomplished it. So, today we are going to be making, I saw this a couple of weeks ago on Facebook, a lemon blueberry cheesecake cake. Now, I have made something similar to this a couple years back from one of my husband's friends that he works with. I made a chocolate cake with a cheesecake center, and but this one is so beautiful, and I thought, why not? It's spring, and if you guys don't mind hanging in there with me, you guys can make this. It's very spring and classic pairing, lemon and blueberry, right? And so we are going to get it. Now, there are many steps to this. So we are going to do this in parts. And I thought to myself, now I'm probably going to kick myself in the ass for doing this, but I thought about filming this first part last night because essentially, yes, when doing a cheesecake, you should make it the night before, let it set in the fridge, and then spring it from the springform pan the next day. But you know, when you're doing a recipe review, I like to go off the recipe so I can show you guys true to the recipe. So that's what I'm going to do. But in theory, me personally, I would have done it last night because putting this together, I would have liked to work with chilled cakes and a chilled cheesecake, because when I put it all together, that way it will leave less likelihood for any of it to collapse or concave, and plus when I go to frost it with the icing, less running. But I did do one thing. I did make the lemon cream cheese frosting last night, and it is in the fridge. So, shame on me. Anywho, so I debated also which one to do first. Which came first, the cheesecake or the cakes? Should I leave it with that and stop the video? April Fool's, see? I knew I'd get you. Got myself too. I'm going to do the cakes first. Why? I'll answer you that. Because the cheesecake, yes, is going to take longer in the oven, but I have to make two cakes, so they both have to cook at the same time. I'm going to do both the cakes first, and that way I can also have those cooling in the fridge while I have the cheesecake cooking, so at least the cakes will be cooled, and I will have that on my side. So, without further ado, ladies and gents, what's going to happen? Yes, you named it. Good one. We are going to hop over here to the chassis heaven, get into the ingredients, which, yes, you guys, I apologize, are lengthy on this one, but if we can do it, you guys, this is going to be epic and possibly incredible, and you guys can make it. Yeah, and enjoy it. So, let's pop over here, guys, and let's get into this. Okay, guys, so we're gonna start off with the utensils over here. I have my stand mixer. You can use a bowl or a hand mixer. It's up to you. On top, I have my fine mesh sieve, because we're gonna sieve some of the dry ingredients together. And then over here, we have our flour, right there. Boop. We have milk with a spoon, and I will get into that in just a sec. We have our butter And in this little one right here, I have together, I mixed our cornstarch and our baking powder together. There's just save me a bowl. And then I have our vanilla. I have some salt. And in here, I have some lemon zest and lemon juice. I have 2 eggs, an egg white, and some blueberries. Now, why I have a spoon in our milk is because I'm going to be mixing some lemon juice in there to essentially create buttermilk. Now, why they didn't call for buttermilk, I don't know. But we're going to be mixing lemon juice into our milk and setting it aside. And I also do have over here 2 8-inch cake pans and my vegetable oil spray and my trusty brush that I only use for cooking. Now the recipe calls to lightly butter and flour your pans. Now I'm going to explain to you why I do not like that method. Because when it says to evenly coat with butter, I find that I always get some uneven coating with butter pockets, and it causes some uneven browning on the bottom and sides of the cake. So what I like to do is spray with the oil. Sometimes I'll even still sprinkle flour around. I might do that. I'm not sure right now. Still undecided on that factor. But we're gonna get set up over here with a stand mixer, like I said. You can use a bowl or a hand mixer, it's up to you. But we're gonna get set up over here, and then we're gonna get started with our dry ingredients first. Okay, so I have the bowl, my stand mixer, and we're gonna start off with our flour. And we're gonna make a mess because it wouldn't be my kitchen without it. Make sure to get in here and get all of your ingredients, because baking is an exact science, which is probably why I love it. And most people don't, which is okay. You know, get all the stuff that flew overboard back into the ship. Flour, cornstarch, and baking powder. Oh, see, you know what? Cornstarch is infamous for being sticky AF. So get in there and get all that little snot out. This is, again, baby spatulas, guys. Gets into your crevasses. Well, not yours, but your utensils, bowls. You know what I mean, guys. Get your head out of the gutter. Okay, so got that done. Set that aside, and we are going to sift away. Make it snow up in here. I'm sure you guys don't want to sit here and watch this crap. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. Then we're going to turn our attention to our milk. Our milk and our lemon juice. Move that back so you guys can see it. Where are we at here? Right there. Okay, cool. Okay, so we got our milk and our lemon juice. Now, like I said, I don't know why they just didn't say go ahead and use buttermilk, but we're gonna create our own. So, you know, that's okay. So, to our milk, we are going to add our lemon juice. So we're gonna add 3 tablespoons of it. And I'm going to find my tablespoon, which would be handy here, right? Yes, yes it would. Now, as soon as I get my tablespoon out here. And we're gonna add our 3 tablespoons to our milk. And it will sit aside and it's going to curdle and become funky. Which, hey, you know, cool beans. Oh, I love the smell of lemon juice and lemon zest. So, give her a good mixy. Ew, see? Look at it already curdling. You see that? All that acid mixing with the milk. Weird. Gross, but okay, that's what we're looking for. Okay, give that a good mix, set her aside. So I'm gonna continue sifting and then we'll be right back. Okay, so now in my other bowl, I grabbed our butter and our sugar, and we are going to put that on medium high. We're going to cream this. And for anyone who's used to creaming butter and sugar, it all depends, but when you're normally creaming something for a cake, I normally put it on medium high for 3 to 5 minutes, and they always say when it's light, creamy, and fluffy. Now for me, I don't think anytime you cream butter and sugar, it becomes creamy and fluffy. It becomes creamy, but when you beat butter, of course it's gonna become creamy. Duh. So I normally do this for 3 to 5 minutes. Depends on how high you want to whack your thing up, but I'm going to do it for probably 3 minutes. Come back and I'll show you the consistency. I also wanted to add too, during this process, it is also very important to come in here and scrape your bowl and also your attachment too during this process. Okay, so it has been a total of 4 minutes and this is what it looks like. So it is definitely a lot lighter, pale. See the fluffy? Not so fluffy. Quite thick. Quite thick. So don't know who patented that expression, but keep working at it, bud. Okay, we got all of our huevos and our egg white in. Now we are going to add in our vanilla extract. Now, I am using liquid gold. Focus. Focus. There we go. Okay, I'm using vanilla bean paste. Now, you don't have to, of course, obviously, but this is my preference only because it has the most amazing, amazing concentrated vanilla essence, if you will. Obviously, it uses the vanilla bean pod, and that's why you see the flecks of the vanilla bean. So if you don't have that, by all means, use your vanilla extract. That's just my bougie, if you will, thing. So anyway, that in goes our vanilla, and then we're going to add our lemon zest. So grab your zest of your lemon. Oh gosh, it smells freaking heavenly. So got in our lemon and our vanilla, and we are going to whiz this up, and then we'll be back for our next step. Okay, so now that we have all of that, we're going to bring into play our beautiful curdled milk and lemon mixture, essentially buttermilk, people. I don't understand this, but our curdled milk and our dry ingredients, which I have transferred back into the glass bowl. I know. We are going to now, when normally making a cake like this, it is normal to do the thirds. We are going to start with the dry and end with the dry. We're going to add a third of the dry, third of the milk, third of the dry, third of milk, so on and so forth. Start and ending with the dry mixture. So I'm going to do that process now, and then we'll be back after that. Okie dokie. So our batter is absolutely beautiful. See? Look how beautiful that is. So in a bowl, I have our blueberries tossed with a little bit of flour. The theory behind that is if you mix your blueberry with some flour, it'll help stop the blueberries from falling to the bottom of your batter. Now, some people say it's true, some people say it doesn't help. This recipe called for it, so I did it. So that's what I'm doing. Tossing the blueberries with the flour. So going to do that, and then we are going to add the blueberries into our batter. And then I don't like to add all the flour in there because I don't want to go adding more flour to a batter that we've already made that didn't call for extra flour. We're going to very gently fold the blueberries. We do not want to break the blueberries. Another thing this recipe said that if you didn't have oh my gosh, fresh blueberries, you could add frozen. If you do add frozen, it said not to thaw them, which I found interesting because if you add unfrozen blueberries, what's going to happen when you bake your cakes is those frozen blueberries are going to release all of that extra moisture that frozen blueberries have. So I thought that was odd that it would suggest not to thaw those. So I don't know, you know, whatever. I just went for the fresh, which are very expensive right now. But, you know, I wanted to give this a go because it was beautiful. It was a challenge. It reminded me of something that I would definitely make, you know, during spring. So that's what I did. Okay, so I'm not going to over mix this because I don't want to break any of these. Now, since we are making two, I have my trusty kitchen scale. And I did prepare both pans, and I did lightly flour. Now, like I said, I'm not a big fan of flouring. And even with the spray, it kind of made the pockets, so not a big fan. So, like I said, I have my scale, and I'm going to weigh each one of these out so I can get them the most even that I can. I'll come back and I'll tell you guys exactly how much they weighed each. So, yeah, I'll be back after they're weighed. And then have your oven preheating to 350, and we'll be back. Okay, so after I weighed them both out in the pan, they came about to 1 pound 72 ounces each, give or take. So, and I'll give you a close look. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And I kind of made it so, obviously because I'm OCD, evenly distributed the blueberries. You can even see the lemon zest in the middle. Look at that. And the vanilla specks. Oh. So, into the oven they go. It says 30 to 35 minutes. Now, you know that when I do a recipe and it says in between, I do it in the middle. So I have my timer set to 33 minutes until they're baked in the center with a toothpick. Every oven's different, guys, so make sure you check it according to yours. So that's what I'm gonna do, pop these babies in, and then we will come back and see what they look like at that point. Okay, so it has been 33 minutes and I just pulled these babies out. And grab your cake tester of choice. I happen to have this little, oh, look at this little doodad, little cupcake. You can use toothpick. You can use skewer, whichever you want. Go nuts, go cuckoo. And I normally go for the center because that's the part of the cake that's always going to be the most underdone. Poke it in. If it comes out clean, you know you're good. Bob's your uncle, Shirley's your aunt, Susan's your cousin, you're good. So, we are going to let these cool in the pan for 10 to 15 minutes before putting them or removing them to a wire rack to cool. Then we are going to move on to our cheesecake. We're going to leave our oven at 350 because the cheesecake is going to cook in the oven at 352. So I'm going to put these aside and then we're going to get set up for the cheesecake. Okay, moving on to our cream cheese, blueberry cream cheese mixture. We have 2 eggs, an egg yolk. We have another ingredient, well, another set of vanilla. And back here, it's not milk, it is heavy whipping cream, sour cream. We have more cream cheese, more flour, more blueberries. And you're asking yourself, why in the world do you have a blender? Well, let me tell you. So it says to use a food processor. Well, I don't feel like getting out my gigantic food processor for just this little bit of mixing together when my blender can do the same thing and it has a pulse, what do you call it? A pulse function on it too. So that's what I'm going to use. And over here we're going to use springform. You guys, I have a extreme love-hate, only emphasis hate, relationship with a water bath when it comes to cheesecakes. Oh, and we have to use a water bath for this. So, and oddly, it says to lightly grease the bottom of the spring form, cover with parchment paper, double wrap in aluminum foil. A bit much. Odd, redundant, if you will. So, not sure the process thinking on that, but I did, not knowing why. And I am going to grease the side only because this cheesecake does not have what we all know and love as the crust on the outside. So I'm going to give myself a little assurance on the side of this. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And you're going to need a large mixing bowl as well. So, we're going to get set up, but we're going to move over to the side of the counter where my blender goes. Okay, so I plopped the cream cheese and the blueberries in there. I did kind of whiz up the cream cheese first, just get that mixed first. So I got the blueberries in there, and then I'm gonna pulse these guys together, plop them in a mixing bowl, and I'll meet you guys right back. Okay, so we have our cream cheese and our blueberries that were all whizzed up in the blender or food processor, whichever one you chose to use. Okay, whatever. Got it in our bowl. I have my hand mixer over here to the side. Now, we are going to add our sugar and our flour, and we're going to mix that until it's smooth. And then we are going to add in our vanilla, and then we'll come back to the next step. Alrighty, so we have our flour, sugar, vanilla in, and now we're going to add in our eggs and our egg yolk one at a time. Same as the cake. You want to add one at a time, mix well after each addition, and then add your next one. And then we'll come back to add in our sour cream and our heavy cream. Okay, so let's grab our sour cream and our heavy cream. Wow, we're feeling creamy. Plop those in. Like so. And you know what, guys? I think I'm gonna have to do it to you. I have been debating this entire time whether or not I want to just finish it today or do what my instinct says and have this chill overnight. And honestly, I think I'm going to have it chill overnight because, number one, honestly, it's the right thing to freaking do. And my biggest thing with this recipe is that the cheesecake does not have a crust, and I'm having to do this stupid damn water bath crap, which I hate. So that's making me even more nervous that it needs to set. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to finish this out today with now the cakes, which I didn't show, and I should have, my bad. After the 15 minutes in the pan, I took them out to the cooling rack, and then what I normally do with my cakes is I'll stick the whole cooling rack in the fridge while they're finishing the cooling process. So that's what I did. They're in the fridge cooling while I'm doing this step. So I will finish this process with the cheesecake, obviously, because duh, I made it this far. I'm going to stick these in. I'm going to cook them. It's only one, you idiot. The cheesecake. Take it out, because the cheesecake has to cook, I think it says for 40 to 45 minutes. And then you have to go through the whole cooling process, which we'll get to. We'll do the whole cooling process, and then I'm going to stick it in the fridge overnight. Because honestly, I don't want to fail And I don't want you guys, if you happen to make this, fail either. And I think I would be setting us both up for that if I didn't put all of this in the fridge to cool. If you're getting where I'm coming from. Picking up what I'm putting down? Yeah? No? Okay. So that's what I'm gonna do. Finish this out and stick it all in the fridge to cool. And then tomorrow we'll come back and we'll do the decorating, which is the funnest part. So that's what I think I'm gonna do, guys. But so yeah, let me get this mixing and then bring over my springform pan. We'll get that together and put that in the oven. Okay, so we're ready to pour into our springform pan. Now, like I said, we're gonna keep our oven at 350. We're also gonna have in our oven a roasting pan for this stupid godforsaken water bath bullshit. Cause when we get this filled, we are gonna open our oven, pull out the bottom rack with our roasting pan in it, gently place this in here, and we are gonna pour boiling water about halfway up the springform pan. I don't feel like I need to show you guys all that bull snot. But so here we go. This is our springform pan that is all triple layered with all that crap. Anyway, so we have our cream cheese blueberry heaveners, and like I was noticing with the heavy cream in here, I was also curious to obviously when you're using heavy whipping cream, you know, you make a Cool Whip type of situation, and it kind of did thicken up a little bit. I was like, hey, aren't you a pretty one? So it did thicken up a little bit, not as much as, you know, if you were making your own whipped cream, but it did a little bit. That isn't all the better, but I had to set it down just because I'm not that strong. But I have just a little bit left. It is very pretty. The cream cheese batter. So I'm going to get all this in. We're going to wiggle it, shake it, make it smooth, tap out for air bubbles, stick it in the oven. It's going to go in for 40 to 45, so I'll probably stick it in there for 42. You know, the in-betweener that I do until the center has set. Now it is a cheesecake, so you are going to still have a little wiggle and jiggle in the middle. Wasn't that funny? Anyway, so, and like I said, at that point, I'll bring it out, show you guys, and then that's where I'll cut the video off for today, and then we'll come back tomorrow. But we'll talk about that when we come back. Alright guys, so 43 minutes. She was in the oven, and she's out and perfectly done in the center. Now, like I said, with any cheesecake, you're still going to have some wiggle and jiggle, and you want that. And I will pick her up and show you. She has a little wiggle and jiggle. Look at that. Boop, 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 boop. Kind of reminds me of like a cookies and cream, but the cookies are blueberries. So beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous, you guys? So, took her out, and it says to run a sharp knife. So, I grabbed my little paring knife, ran it around the edges, and so like I said before, just to give myself some security, and I honestly am going to recommend this for you guys as well if you decide to make this recipe. Stick both of these in the fridge overnight. It says for several hours or overnight. But I mean, honestly, if you're going to do it for several hours, why not overnight? And like I said in the very beginning, I would probably be kicking myself in the ass, and I am. So, well, it's not going to make any difference for you guys, because you're going to be seeing this in blips. So, yeah, I'm going to be sticking this in the fridge overnight along with my cakes, and then tomorrow I'll come back, And we'll put this together, and I think it's going to be probably one of the most beautiful cakes I've ever made. Okay, guys. Day 2. Yes. Ah, it was well needed. Let me tell you, yesterday took a lot out of me. Yes. Okay. Super happy that I refrigerated everything, and I'm going to highly suggest that you guys do it as well. One thing I want to mention about the cakes and the preparation of the pans for the cakes, as far as whether you're using butter or you're using cooking spray and the flour technique, I do not recommend it at all. And I'll tell you why. It took me forever to get those damn cakes out of those pans. Oh, God, Lord, baby Jesus, help me. I whacked on those SOBs for a good 10 minutes to get them out. So, my personal preference and recommendation to you guys is go ahead and spray them, put down parchment paper in the bottom, and do that method. Please, because what happens is, and I'll show you, these absolute beautiful, beautiful babies. On the bottom, look at that. This is why I had a hard time getting these out of the pans. Because these babies will stick through any butter or flour you put in that goddamn pan. Yes sir, yes ma'am. So, put your parchment down, okay? Alright, so, first step, grab your absolute gorgeous first layer. Okay? Grab your baby. That I have, well, while they were in the fridge, I wrapped them, as you can see, in cling wrap. Obviously, so they don't stick to anything in there. So, we are going to unwrap the first layer. And then we are going to put some of our lemon cream cheese frosting. Now, like I said, I made this ahead of time and stuck it in the fridge. So, this made, as you can see, made about 4 cups worth of frosting. So, we're going to stick down our first layer and some frosting, and then we'll move on to the pièce de la resistance. Okay? Okay, so now we have our first layer that is covered and a layer of our lemon cream cheese. And what I wanted to mention, what I do when I cover my cakes is I use an ice cream scoop. And because that way I ensure that I get the same amount or an equal layer of frosting between each layer. So I do 2 scoops. That way I know it's the same thickness, if you get me. Okay, moving on. And using an offset spatula. That does the trick. If you're, I don't know, rambling, going on. Okay, so first layer is done. Now we're going to grab our cream cheese layer. Which, come on, cooled beautifully. Look at that. Now, what I did, because you know how I didn't like the preparation BS that they told you. When I did my parchment paper, I cut it so it's about 1 inch sticking out. That way, when I undo the springform pan, Bob's your uncle. You're happy. Look at this. Look at that. What in the name of all that is mighty? Oh, God. Food Network, give me a show. Why? Because I'm the shit. That's why. Because if you did just underneath and lined it, you wouldn't be able to get this out. You'd have to get a knife underneath here, and you're going to ruin your cheesecake layer. Number 2, what's going to happen? I'm going to be able to pull her up and out and flip her on top perfectly. Perfect-ly. And I'm so confident, well, I'm not, not that confident, but I'm going to film me doing it too. So, here we go. Am I nervous? Shit, yeah, I am. Look at that, though. Suck on that one time, boy. Alright, let's test this theory. Did I do it? Or can I do it? Well, we're gonna frickin' find out, right? What did I say? Oh, you guys. What in the hell just happened? Oh my God. Now I told you guys this would probably be well, the most complicated, but probably the most epic cake I will ever have put together, and I'm telling you it is. I'm gonna bring y'all in here. Bring y'all in here. Hang on. Might get a little shaky. Bear with me. Because y'all need to get it up in here. All up in this business. Look at that. All its glory. What do you think of that? Hails to the yeah. Okay, so now that I have accomplished that I am the shit. Well, we all knew that. Anyway, just reconfirmed. I'm gonna put another layer of frosting on top of this other cake. We'll be back and hallelujah. Okay guys, so I proved myself right and that I am the shit, and look how beautiful it is. Da, 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 da. This is by far to date the most, number one, difficult, number two, challenging, but that is why I picked it. Also, why I picked it was because my Aunt Vicky, well, Aunt Vicky slash my mom's best friend since before all of us kids were born, and my brother's godmother, and slash my second mommy, who I love. Hi Aunt Vicky, I love you. Requested this, so thank you Aunt Vicky slash second mommy. And I'm super excited how beautiful this turned out. It did take a couple days, but it was only because I wanted to, yes, I didn't go too script on this, but that's the thing with these guys, and that is exactly why I started this channel, was because things don't always turn out the way that they are on Pinterest, YouTube, this, that, and the other, whatever. I wanted to, because for my love of baking and cooking as well, do things like this to help any of you out there who had the same struggles as I do with these, and do my little tweak this and that and the other, so you guys don't have to fall, you know, victim to these fuck shits, you know, pardon my French. So this is how it turned out. I did go above and beyond with the decoration, but that's me. My favorite part is the decoration. Yes, I am swinging a knife around. I apologize for that. Pioneer Woman. Pioneer Woman placemat. Anyway, I'm going to cut my husband the first slice, you guys. I'm super excited, and I wanted you guys to watch. I apologize for the length of this video, guys, but please hang in there with me with my videos, because I like to interact with you guys. And yes, I am silly, quirky, off the wall. I hope you guys enjoy it, because that's who I am, and I just like to share it with you guys. So please just hang in there with me. And so we are going to cut this. Do you want like a regular slice, just a small one? Okay, you can talk, honey, it's okay. Oh gosh, beautiful. Oh, we got a blueberry. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut him a little. I'm gonna go over here. It's probably not the best looking slice, but I wanted to go through the blueberries and the lemon. I can't wait to show you. I can't wait to see what it looks like in the middle. It's that paper. Oh heavens, to Betsy. Want to make sure I didn't give him any of the paper. So I'll show you the middle of the slice. Oh my god, you guys. Look at that. If you guys could only smell and see this in person. Oh my gosh. I'm going to bring this up to you as well. I know I could zoom, but look at that. What do you guys think? I am so excited. So he's gonna taste that, and then we will chit chat for a second. Okay guys, so I hope you really enjoyed this one because I had a lot of fun with it. And again, I do apologize for the length, but I know it's a review, you know. I just like to give you guys the most information that I can, and I like to have fun with you guys because you're my besties, you know? So let's have fun. Maybe one night we'll have like a PJ party review. What do you think? Just came to me. Let's do it. We're gonna do it. And I'm hoping to have some really fun collabs coming up. So cross your fingers, guys, because they're gonna be super exciting if they happen. You know who you are. So let's hopefully, if you want to take it on, because you know it was a lot, but the things that I showed you should shorten it for you, and that's another thing I like to do. So hopefully you guys give it a go, because amazing. My husband, he ate and ran, a little turd. But that's okay. So he enjoyed the shit out of it, so hopefully you guys do too. And I just want to thank all of my new subscribers that came over from the live the other night that we had from Jen. Jen, thank you so much for giving me that huge shout out in your live, and to all the new subscribers. You guys are amazing, and thank you to the entire mukbang community for opening your arms to me and welcoming me so much as you have. I love you guys so much. You guys are so freaking sweet to me. So thank you. And if you guys want to collab, let's collab. Let's get together. Let's collab. Let's give, you know, virtual social distancing bullshit hug. You know, whatever. You know, let's do this, you guys. We are all one big happy family. You know, what does it say? Life is short. Big as sweet. So, remember guys, what do? View it before you do it. So keep an eye out for those collabs because I'm super excited. And I love you guys. And from my kitchen to yours, bye.